Hi guys! Behind the glitz and glamour of the stage and the perfect choreography, there's one space that holds BTS's most honest side a moment, rarely highlighted yet the most memorable Soundcheck. This is where everything feels different. There's no pressure to be perfect, no stage persona to maintain. Just 7 people standing on stage, being themselves. And on the first day of Soundcheck at the Tokyo Dome, something seemingly simple turned into an unforgettable experience, both for them and for the thousands of ARMYs lucky enough to witness it live. As the large black curtain slowly opened, the atmosphere of the stadium changed dramatically. A roar of cheers filled every corner of the room as if pent-up energy had finally found a way to explode. But what emerged weren't superstars in elaborate costumes, but 7 relaxed figures in oversized hoodies, loose-fitting jackets, and beanies. There was a different warmth there. Something closer, more human. They didn't look like global icons dominating the world stage, but like a group of friends coming to greet those they missed. And it was in that simplicity that the magic began. The sea of sparkling ARMY bombs created a mesmerizing purple panorama, like waves of light slowly moving with the fans' emotions. Amidst the shimmering atmosphere, the BTS members strolled leisurely, smiling carefree, waving sincerely, and occasionally stopping to enjoy the moment. There was no rush, no rigid boundaries, just a warm connection between artist and fan. When they tried to speak simple Japanese like "Minasan arigatou gozaimasu" and "Itakata desu," the atmosphere instantly melted. The words may have been brief, but the emotions behind them were profound, as if they were a bridge connecting their hearts to the thousands of people in the stadium. Amidst all the moments, fans couldn't help but notice the interaction between Kim Taehyung and Jungkook. In the fan world, the two are known as Taekook, and at the Soundcheck, the nickname seemed to take on a life of its own. They walked side by side, sharing small laughs and making spontaneous comments into the microphone that brought smiles to the audience. Nothing was staged, nothing scripted, just 2 best friends enjoying each other's company as if the massive stage were their own private space. Their chemistry felt so natural that many fans dubbed the moment Taekookland, a small world where warmth and togetherness were at the center. However, while Taekook brought a gentleness to the stage, the other side of the stage was filled with chaos that actually led to laughter. It was there that Kim Seokjin and Jungkook created an unexpected moment that immediately stole the show. The duo, known as Jinkook, brought a completely different energy, wild, spontaneous, and playful. In one moment captured by many fans, they faked kicks at each other, twirled around like children playing, and then burst into laughter in the middle of the stage. While the rest of the members remained focused on their Soundcheck, Jin and Jungkook seemed to be in their own world, creating a small, completely unplanned performance that ultimately became a memorable highlight. Moments like these showcase something rarely seen on a formal stage, a relationship built not just on professionalism, but on trust, comfort, and the time they've spent together over the years. The dynamic between the Hyungs and Maknaes feels so alive, not just roles within the group, but a genuine connection full of warmth and playfulness. And at Soundcheck, all of that comes through unfiltered. There's no main camera setting the best angle, no choreography to follow, just honesty flowing freely. Ultimately, the Soundcheck at the Tokyo Dome wasn't just a technical preparation before the concert. It transformed into an exclusive space where BTS and ARMY could meet in their purest form. Without extravagant visual effects, without dramatic lighting, or even synchronized choreography, their mere presence was enough to bring the entire stadium to life. The reactions of awe, the cries of OMG, and the laughter that erupted from every corner weren't just expressions of joy. They were proof that simple moments can leave a far deeper impression than even the greatest performances. And perhaps that's where the magic lies. Not in what's planned, but in what happens naturally. An accidental laugh, a simple, sincere greeting, or a small interaction that feels so close. Soundcheck served as a reminder that beneath all the stage perfection, what BTS loves most about themselves is their humanity, warm, real, and so easy to miss. So as the day ended and the stadium lights slowly dimmed, one thing remained in the hearts of the fans: the feeling that they had just witnessed something rare. Something that could never be repeated. And as long as moments like this persist, there will always be a reason to wait, waiting for the day when BTS returns to the stage, not just to perform, but to share that same warmth once more. As the session progressed, the atmosphere became more alive, with the small details feeling the most meaningful. Every step the BTS members took on stage seemed to tell a story, not because it was planned, but because it happened spontaneously. There was a moment when one of them paused, looked up at the purple-lit stands, and smiled as if remembering the long journey they had traveled with their fans. No words were spoken, but that brief silence was more powerful than any cheer. On the other side of the stage, small interactions between the members continued to emerge non-stop. Kim Namjoon was seen occasionally focusing on the sound while maintaining a relaxed atmosphere, while Park Jimin moved lightly to the rhythm of the randomly playing music. There was no set choreography, but each movement exuded a natural charisma that was hard to describe. Even without much preparation, their stage presence was strong, a testament to their abilities not just relying on practice, but being a part of who they were. Laughter erupted again when Jung Ho-suk began to create a cheerful atmosphere with small, unexpected improvisations. He moved nimbly, as if inviting the entire stadium to share in the same sense of freedom. The energy he radiated spread quickly, drawing the other members in. Even Min Yoongi, usually more reserved, couldn't help but smile faintly, revealing a softer side rarely seen in formal performances. Time seemed to flow differently in the stadium. No one really paid attention to the time, as every second felt like something they wanted to cherish. The fans weren't just watching, they were feeling, absorbing, and becoming part of the moment. When one of the members walked closer to the edge of the stage and waved closer, the reaction wasn't just a scream, but a feeling of emotion that was hard to describe. Amidst this atmosphere, Kim Taehyung once again displayed his charm in a very simple way. He stood for a moment, looked out at the crowd, then made a unique expression that immediately sparked a wave of reactions from the audience. Meanwhile, Jungkook seemed to enjoy the freedom of unrestricted movement, occasionally jogging across the stage, creating an atmosphere that felt more like a game than a rehearsal. The interactions took place not only between the members but also with the fans in attendance. Some of them attempted to communicate more closely by reading the writing on the boards held up by ARMY, and then responding in simple yet meaningful ways. Small things like this created a deeply personal connection, as if the distance between the stage and the stands had simply disappeared.